Do you feel like you could say the N-word?
I feel like I can say it, but not because of that. And I'm gonna tell you why. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know? And then second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers.
He is a Trump supporting clown. And that explains it all. When I said Latino males are the most obedient, most submissive to white supremacy, he is the perfect example. The Mexican OT will steal everything from the black community except for courage. He will fight the black community to say the N-word, but he doesn't have the balls to fight to protect his own community.
This guy is willing to basically die behind being able to say a slur. He said, what are y'all gonna do about it? That is insinuating fighting, violence, anything that could possibly happen over saying a slur. He's willing to fight, possibly go to jail, possibly die, possibly kill someone to say a slur. Because in a fight, anything can happen. He could punch the dude falls wrong, hits his head, he's dead, now you're going to jail for life.
That motherfucker Mexican OT should have got packed out real quick when he said that shit. Real quick. This motherfucker basically said, who's gonna stop me? And nobody did shit. This is why these motherfuckers are disrespectful as fuck. Because we let them talk to us in our presence like that and we don't do shit about it. Y'all should have packed him out the moment he said, who's gonna do something about it? Instant. I should have just heard the pause. I should have heard them skibbity paps. I should have heard this as soon as he said that. Now, I know, it was a bunch of women in the room, so maybe that was a part of it. And, obviously they're on camera and the legality of things. I understand that. But this is the type of behavior that needs to be handled instantly. At the very least, y'all could have used your mouths and said something to correct his ass. You could have used your mouths to say something to correct his ass, because I swear to God, ain't no motherfucking way I will be sitting in the presence of no fucking non-black, Latino, Mexican man looking at me, telling me, what am I gonna do about this motherfucker using the N-word? I'm gonna show you what the fuck I'm about to do. Y'all are wild as fuck for letting him talk like that in your face.
If you are not black, you cannot use the N-word. I'm an unambiguous Afro-Latina. I am a black woman. And if I had a cousin that looked like Mexican OT Genesis, which I have, if any of them said the N-word, I'm slapping the shit out of them on sight. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not even thinking twice about it. And you know why? Because that word was reclaimed by black people. Someone is telling you that something is offensive, and you were like, oh, well, what are these N-words gonna do about it? That's crazy disrespectful.
You gonna cover, nigga? I'm fist, nigga.
That nigga right there. Yeah, you do, nigga. Stop paying. Yeah, you can that. That nigga right there.
Y'all can address that, then stop looking for black people to be out there for y'all. Y'all are not black. Latinos, specifically Mexicans, Cubans, y'all are not black. You don't have the right to say that word.
Hello lovelies, welcome back to today's episode. After seeing this video of this Mexican OT, it was quite embarrassing to see how till date these Mexican people, they still have that anti-Blackness in them. How come would you come on social media like that, a podcast like that, and you say, I would say any word anyhow I want, what are you going to do about it? This is a kind of disrespectful. What are you trying to tell black people when you are addressing them? They are asking you this question instead of saying people who are using it, they should try to cut it in their mouth. You are saying, I can do it. There is nothing you are going to do about it. Just see what is really happening. And this Mexican, these Latino people, you will see them saying black people don't want to come and join them. They don't want to unite. And yet in them, they have that level of hatred. They thought that they belong to white supremacy. Nothing else you would tell them. Guys, let's talk about this today's episode. Let me know your thoughts. Then we'll come back with more commentary.
He is the perfect example. The Mexican OT will steal everything from the black community except for courage. He will fight the black community to say the N-word, but he doesn't have the balls to fight to protect his own community. If he wanted to appropriate something from black people, it should have been protecting his Latino community. He's an unoriginal leech. He steals black music. He steals African American vernacular. He steals black style. He steals black culture. He cosplays a tough black man. But then he'll turn around and disrespect the black community he stole everything from. The black community who is responsible for the freedoms he enjoys in this country. But he'll happily grab his ankles for his white oppressors who are currently kidnapping his people off the streets and shipping them off to El Salvador.
But what's your take on the things that's been going on as of recently? I've been seeing all that ICE stuff. I'm like, come on. What's happening? So what's your take?
I think people just need to pray.
Period.
I think people need to pray and handle their business.
The response of someone who cosplays a tough guy is to pray, which translates to he doesn't give a fuck about his people being brutalized because he is nothing more than a coward who hijacked the identity of what he thinks is a black man in order to gain fame. And y'all let him. And shame on Angela Yee and everybody there who did not check him.
I really wish y'all would shut the fuck up about this Mexican OT shit because number one, nobody's gonna do shit. 2 weeks from now, he gonna be back posting his videos and shit on Say Cheese, making his little songs and shit, and everybody is gonna be concerned about something totally different. Like, it blows my mind that niggas have not accepted the fact that niggas are divided. Niggas have, the last real black leader was probably Malcolm, you feel me? Like, or Martin, you know, for some people who like his practices, you know. Like, I just can't see how people don't understand that black people are completely divided, bro. Racism has won. It's nothing that niggas are gonna do. Nobody is gonna check him. Nobody's gonna build up a system to stop people. Like, first of all, niggas even being shown that they concerned about him saying the N-word shows that they don't even know what the fuck they doing, because why is the Mexican OT saying the N-word one of your primary motherfuckers? Who give a fuck what the fuck he say, nigga? What?
To all the Hispanic people that have let me know that they don't support Mexican OT, can we trade him this year at the racial delegation drafts to white? Because he can't come to our side. I don't know why he even think he could. But, you know, with everything going on, we might not even have 2 separate votes. We really might be on the same ballot. We might be on one vote with this, okay? And we need to be smart about it. But that motherfucker gotta go. He ain't down with y'all. He ain't down with us. White people, this is on you. Get ready to take him. You're take your boy. He gonna be American OT.
It's insane to me that in the same sentence of you saying, yeah, I grew up with these people, I love these people, I fought with these people, blasity, 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 blah. In that same sentence, you said, but what are you going to do about it? That proves exactly what we have been saying all along. You only want to say the word because you know you're not supposed to. It's not because of some cultural, like it's a term of endearment and blasity. No, because if it was a term of endearment, if you actually cared about black people for real, then you would not be saying it. If a black person came up to you and said, hey, I don't like this word. Don't say this. This is offensive to not just me, but to an entire culture of people, an entire race. And you, what are you going to do about it? And then in the same sentence say, but I grew up with y'all. I love you. And that's why I said you're a walking contradiction. Please, please.
That Mexican OT is a prime example of why I actually do not go back and forth with non-black people of color about saying the N-word, because one thing about it, we all got slurs. So if you comfortable enough to say the N-word, especially around me, I hope you're ready for me to take you to Slurs R Us. Baby, if I was sitting in one of them chairs and he said, what y'all gonna do about it? He would have been every refried, kidney, lima, fava, chili. Motherfuckers would have thought I was making a 20-bean soup in that bitch. On my mama. I'm not finna argue with you because not everything is up for debate. Just violate they ass. In my opinion, Cleopatra shouldn't have even asked the question if she wasn't prepared to get in his ass. And truthfully, it's not a question. It should have been posed to him as a statement. You shouldn't say it. I don't give a fuck about your proximity to the black community. I don't care about how many close relationships you have with black people. Those relationships will never make you one of us, which is why you shouldn't say it. And if a motherfucker want to get jazzy at the lips,
violate them and their whole fucking lineage. Stop arguing with them about this shit. And it is absolutely insane, but perfect timing for him to make that statement while his direct community has been demanding solidarity from Black Americans. That's why I said that while solidarity is important, addressing the anti-Blackness in y'all community needs to be a priority, because you cannot demand solidarity from us and also defend why you are anti-Black towards us. You cannot do both. It just don't work that way, and it never will.
Recently, that Mexican OT got interviewed, and they asked him why he uses the N-word and he's not Black. And honestly, I don't even know why they ask people like him this sort of question, because every answer that you get from a non-Black person that uses the N-word that isn't white is pretty much the same. It's everyone around me grew up using it. I grew up around Black people. We went through somewhat similar struggles, and what are y'all gonna do about it if I do say it? It's pretty much those four things combined all the time. But just think about how crazy this sounds. This guy is willing to basically die behind being able to say a slur. He said, what are y'all gonna do about it? That is insinuating fighting, violence, anything that could possibly happen over saying a slur. He's willing to fight, possibly go to jail, possibly die, possibly kill someone to say a slur. Because in a fight, anything can happen. He could punch the dude falls wrong, hits his head, he's dead, now you're going to jail for life. You could get punched, fall wrong, hit your head, die, now you dead. Over saying a slur. Is that not insane? Like, imagine he gets into a fight. His homie pulls out they end up possibly putting the dude down with a weapon. Something goes wrong. Something happens. And now he's telling his mom, dang, son, what happened? Hey, this Black dude told me not to say the N-word. This Black dude told me to not use the N-word around him. I had to stand on business over a jail phone. I had to stand on business. They're at a funeral for him. They're crying. Why did he have to go? Well, I mean, a Black guy told him not to use the N-word, and so he had to fight him, of course. A Black guy told him not to say a slur around him? Is he crazy? Of course they had to fight to the death. Think of how crazy, like, Black people have made the N-word so cool. There are hundreds of thousands of people, just like this dude, willing to face any and all permanent, final, negative consequences of life over saying a slur.
If you are not Black, you cannot use the N-word. I am an unambiguous Afro-Latina. I am a Black woman. And if I had a cousin that look like Mexican OT Genesis, which I have, if any of them said the N-word, I'm slapping the shit out of them on sight. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not even thinking twice about it. And you know why? Because that word was reclaimed by Black people. Someone is telling you that something is offensive, and you were like, oh, well, what are these N-words gonna do about it? That's crazy disrespectful. I'm not mad at Cleotrapa for asking the question, because I feel like Cleotrapa is the only one in that room that had enough cojones to ask. Now, Angela Yee, this is her show. This is your show. And on top of it being your show, it's not like you're a nobody. It's not like you're not connected. So you could have easily checked him and been like, oh, you need to get out of here. Like, we're not going to continue. The men that was with him, I find it to be equally disturbing that none of them said anything. Nobody said anything to this guy. Like, at all? Nah, like, you just, I mean, I can't, like, I'm so disturbed by the whole thing. And I believe it happened on Juneteenth, which is, we wouldn't go up to his people and his family and be like, oh, son mojados, which means wetback. So why are you in a room of Black people saying the N-word so comfortably? And then you're wrong because you're like, oh, well, what are they going to do about it? That shouldn't even be your response. Like, if you genuinely felt like it was okay, if you genuinely felt like, yeah, I'm of the culture, because it's not okay. But let's say, like, if you genuinely felt that way, your first response would never be, what is anybody going to do about it? Because you're dead wrong. I'm mad that we got to have this conversation in 2025. Anyways.
Last thing, I think, apparently some guy named Mexican OT, I would be lying to you if I said I actually knew who he was, but I just saw the clip surfacing, doubling down on his use of the N-word, aka what y'all gonna do about it. And then my question just becomes, people with that type of disposition, what's the point of holding on to a slur that doesn't belong to you? Hear me. Hold on to slurs about Mexican people. Why do you have to hold to one that essentially has nothing to do with you? Which would suggest that you enjoy being racist. Do I believe that everybody who's Mexican who uses it is coming from a racist place? No. However, if it's difficult for you to drop because it's offensive to some, which we have the right, again, black people are not a monolith. There's going to be some that, you know, are cool with it. But if it's so difficult for you to drop, you need to reconsider your why. And that's not being discussed enough. Why do you have to say it so much? It's those people, like, if the N-words in a song, and everybody else is singing it, there are literal wars and rumors of wars, not even rumors anymore, wars going on, and you're distressed because you can't say the N-word. It's giving racist, and I don't really know how else to, because
I ain't gonna lie to you, this Mexican OT thing is kind of bothering me, you know? Because I've grown up around all different types of people. Hispanics, Asians, Indians, you name it. I had a very colorful upbringing in terms of people that I've been around. I ain't never thought to say that a slur just because I grew up with them and we cool. I don't give a fuck how we joke or none of that. Like, how we joke in our dynamics with our peoples is how you do that. So if you a Hispanic or anybody else that says nigga and you have a few black friends or whatever, you grew up with black people, whatever, and you know there's people that is cool with you saying it, y'all boys, y'all go back or whatever, hey, just say that around them. Results will vary outside of that circle. I'm trying to tell you, I really don't want non-black people to adopt a what are you going to do about it attitude, because I promise to God, you're going to find someone that's going to give you the energy you're looking for.
You gonna cover, nigga? I'm fist, nigga.
That nigga right there. Yeah, you do, nigga. Stop playing. Yeah, you can that. That nigga right there.
Y'all can address that, then stop looking for black people to be out there for y'all. Y'all are not black. Latinos, specifically Mexicans, Cubans, y'all are not black. You don't have the right to say that word. You do not come from a lineage of bondage. You do not come from a place where you were sold. Okay, you are not black. No matter how much you try to be a thug, you are not black. No matter how many times you hang around black people, you are not black. And if you are not an African American, a descendant from slavery, that word should never come out of your mouth. This is why most black people are not out there, on top of them being tired because we said we told you so. This is one of the reasons why we don't feel aligned with y'all, because of things like this. And it's not just them, because they learned it from somewhere. And I don't want to hear the excuse it's a product of their environment, because baby, I grew up around Latinos, okay? I grew up around them, and none of them would ever use the N-word in front of me. And yes, I grew up in Houston. So don't bring the Texas shit in there either, because that's BS. They would get checked. And I do mean by the chin. Until y'all can address that shit, don't say nothing to black people. Fix your house first before you go outside.
A lot of people ain't gonna like this take, but I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't like being called a nigga by a Mexican person. I don't like being called. So if Mexican OT was my friend, no, bro, we have an issue. Like, I don't call nobody that. And everybody is keep forgetting the fact that, yes, we turned it into a word, but maybe we shouldn't say it at all. But at the same time, don't call me out my name. That's just my take on it. Now, with y'all comments is on it, I don't like to be called a nigga by somebody else on a whole nother race. I mean, who would? Even white people, like, I wouldn't want no white person to call me a nigga. They called us niggers. So, what's your perspective on it? Because I feel like it's disrespectful either way it go. What y'all think?
You know, I don't do pop culture content, but y'all going too hard on my boy Mexican OT. Now, I understand it's a touchy word for a lot of y'all, but y'all ain't from Texas. And by no means is that his excuse. But if you grew up in the trenches, that's just how we talk to each other. Now, me personally, I'm 46 years old, and my vocabulary has changed due to being wise. And I understand that saying that word in the wrong areas at the wrong time can get your jaw broken, and I don't want my jaw broken. But with that being said, when a cop says, y'all 4 ninjas get out of the car, You think I'm sticking around, or I'm gonna be a ninja today? Now, I understand if you from out of state, you from California where Mexicans and blacks fight, but we don't have that problem here. Matter of fact, unlike you're told, Texas itself don't have a racial problem at all. Now, sure, you got some ignorant motherfuckers, but for the most part, we all intertwine with each other. I mean, you'll be surprised how many black folks can sing along to a George Strait song and see a redneck sing along to a DJ Screw song. That shit ain't normal around here. So y'all good brothers and sisters, let my boy make it. He can't help where he from, and he can't help that he young.
It's been long. A lot of people has tried to say, please be aware of these Latino people. Either you see them, you work together, you go together. They never like you, and they will never like you, because in them, they grow up teaching them that you should know there is a big difference between you and black people. You should know either you are sharing some roots, some DNA. You should know that you belong in a white supremacy. Don't allow to be friends with black people. Don't allow these people to enter in your culture. Now see, this time around, when we try to see this war of Latinos trying to say black people should come and join us, if you don't come to join us, we'll go to look another race to join us. That's a kind of hypocrisy. That's a kind of lying, because there is nowhere, anywhere, and we never see anywhere this Latino people has ever liked black people. You will never see them praising black people. What they like to do is to shout N-word, is to do whatever they can do to show black people that they are useless, they are nothing, and they will never come together with them. But when they have a problem, they only think to run to black people for help. Just try to see. This is a kind of want to use them. Why would you want black people to come and help you whenever you have a problem, when you know in your heart you never like them and you will never like them? You are a Mexican OT, you are a public figure, you are a singer, you always use black people's song, you use black people's beat, you use each and everything from black people. When you try to see the songs of this man, most of the things he stole from black people, and yet you are trying to say, I can call them any name I want. What are you going to do? Sometimes I don't understand why these Latinos don't understand the black people's history. Black people among them, they are allowed to talk each and every one N-word because it's their word, it's their roots. It means they are trying to remind each other where they came from, their history. They are trying to remind each other they need to keep together their group, that minority of the group. And you are just coming from nowhere. No, where I live, we use it anyhow we want. We can call them anyhow we want. In Texas, we use this N-word anyhow we want. No. You should know that whenever you are among black people and you use that word, you are hurting their feelings. You are disrespecting them according to their history. What are you saying? I've seen this most Latinos when they are pissed around the black people, what they could say to show them that they are nothing, it's just to call them all those kinds of names. And you are saying Mexico, Latino will come together with black people. I don't see something like this happen, because it has been so long. People has tried to say, please, we share some history. We have some history together. You also, you went in Southern America in a way of slavery. You need to read your history. You need to know each and everything. It's not the time to fight each other. It's not the time to quarrel each other. But these Latinos people, you can't tell something like that. Even in their community, when you try to hear them give out the testimony, even from them, when you grew up having that light skin, you are good to go. When you grew up in their family, among siblings, you have that dark skin, they disown you. They told you you belong to black people. We don't want you. We can't favor you. Just try to imagine. And you have seen, since this mass transportation started, it's when these Latino try to humble themselves, but they never do something like that. Sometimes when I see this video of this Latino saying, we need to come together, we need to do something about what is really happening, you should remember what is really happening is what you have done yourselves. You should remember a lot of Black people came out in a big number, 92%, to vote. What they think will help them, what they think will protect them in the coming future. But you, because you have that hatred, you have that mindset of thinking that, oh, I'm light skin means I belong in a white supremacy, we are going to be MAGA, we are going to support this system to come back in office. Now, this time around is the way you remember that Black people really exist. But before, you never even think that Black people may help you whenever you never expected. This OT should stop this mindset. If you are a public figure, you are the one who's supposed to say, please, please, people, you should stop all this kind of word you keep saying about the Black people. But you yourself, you are trying to show, what if I do, what are you going to do about it? Now see the people we are sharing the society. See the people who always cry that Black people are silent. They don't want to show sympathy on us, and they forget that they are the next to be deported. Last time we made a video, these Latinos, imagine till date, they thought that the Black Americans are migrants. For them, they thought that they are going to be deported. Sometimes I don't understand. You've been in America for years. You don't know anything about slavery. You don't know anything how America was discovered. You don't know anything how America was built. You are just there. Whenever you see a Black people, you think that, no, they don't belong on this land. They don't belong here. They should go back to their home country. And when they ask you their home country, most of Latino, they thought the Black Americans are from Africa. It's where they should be deported. You don't even know anything. Guys, I don't know what you think about today's episode. Drop your opinion. Do you think these Latinos are allowed to use any word on Black people anyhow they want? Drop your opinion in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next episode.